Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. We're going to talk about gold today. The reason why we're going to talk about gold is because it blew through its all-time high. Guys, in 2011, I believe it was, gold hit $1,900 an ounce. And now it is up above that. As a matter of fact, as of the recording of this, I believe we're at $1,946 per ounce for an ounce of gold. Why is that significant? And why am I reporting on that? Because it actually happened, Ninja, like 4 or 5 days ago, if memory serves me right. It's because it actually has been sustaining above that 1900 day now for a couple of days, and I think that's very important. Now, if you're a chartist, which I am not the best chartist, a lot of people would say let's wait for like, a weekly candle to close above that date or a monthly. But the facts are, we have some very serious world economic events going on right now, and I think that we're going to see a sustained rise in the price of gold. Why? Because countries are starting to figure out really quick, especially Russia, how important gold is. I know they've known it for many years, many decades, because they have been accumulating massive amounts of gold and diversifying outside of the US dollar and other currencies because they know what happens during times of panic, and gold is doing its job. On a day where the Dow Jones is down and all the indices are down, you have things like oil and gold are smoking up. Now, here's the more important thing. On the same day, Bitcoin is down. I want people to understand that. Not that I do not believe that Bitcoin is a great technology, and I invest in Bitcoin. I have XRP, I've got Digibyte. I own those three cryptos mainly for a diversification inside the crypto sphere. However, I want people to realize that it's not exactly the safe haven that most people dreamed about. Why? Because of its involvement in ties to the stock market because of institutional buyers that have moved in the last couple of years. And they are highly levered trades, okay? So I want people to understand that. This is what's happening right now. On a day where everything's going down, there is all kinds of horrible news in over the world right now between Russia, Ukraine, and now China and Taiwan. Gold is doing its job, all right? Now, there's another job gold's doing, and it's about to really do its job, and that is deal with hyperinflation. And yes, I do say hyperinflation. I'm going to keep saying it because that is what you are going to be faced with in the next year or two. We're going to see transitory hyperinflation. We've already seen it in the fact that lumber exploded 400% last year, and now it collapsed like we talked about this summer. But then I announced in December, get ready, it's going to go up again. It's going to blow past that all-time high that was made last year in the lumber futures. That's hyperinflation. We've also seen hyperinflation in steel futures, and that being brought out to the public, where steel has hyperinflated. I believe it went up 300%. Now, the facts are, not everything is going to hyperinflate. However, I do see on the horizon food going up exponentially. And I think it is very important right now for you to secure a good, solid food supply. And since you're part of Ninja Nation and you're a subscriber to this channel, you get to see the future a little bit beforehand. Right? It's not because I have a crystal ball, but I use logic. And I've been an investor for the last 2 economic cycles. I was an investor well before the dot-com boom and bust, sold my stocks right before that, and then I was an investor in the real estate market and sold all my real estate holdings by mid-2006. Facts are, there is always a boom and bust cycle. And you know how you know this one is at the peak? It's because people are losing their minds. People are saying things like, this time it's different. I'm never going to be able to buy a house. And not only that, not only do you have a normal economic cycle, however, it's a large one. We're all sitting on a 100-year cycle right now. I want people to understand that this time it's going to be worse because we printed so much more money. Now, the Federal Reserve is going to be raising rates, and they're raising them incrementally, very small, until they can't raise them no longer. Now, I want people to remember this. The Fed was only able to bring the federal funds rate in 2016 to 2017, I think it was 2016. They were only able to get it to 2.5 basis points. Or not basis points, sorry, 2 to 2.5 percentage points, all right? So I want people to realize that until then the market started to collapse. Businesses couldn't fund their loans, couldn't keep that going, and they had to keep going down. Sorry, I'm a little thrown off because my buddy's over here talking while I'm doing my video. Chris, what are you doing? So Chris, why don't you just jump in really quick? Because I think he just wants to be part of the party. You guys remember Chris Taylor from Financial Fitness?
Quiet.
Huh?
I was so quiet.
Like a mouse could be in here, and you're going to throw me off.
Sure. What are we talking about?
So, you know a lot about gold. You've been invested in precious
Sure.
metal for a while, yeah. And so I was talking about how we've obviously blown through the all-time high, and do you see it going down anytime soon?
I can't picture it, but
Okay.
you never know. There could be an event that happens. The paper price will go down, but the premiums are going to go up, and physical is going to be unobtainium.
Exactly. So that's a great point. When a liquidation event happens, a lot of people sell their paper shares of gold and silver. And when I say people, really it's hedge funds and big money funds selling their precious metal, but it's a paper contract. So the problem is when that happens, the price of the paper contracts go down, but then you go and try and buy a coin, and what happens to the price of the coin?
It goes way up.
Yeah. So and people don't understand that. They'll go into a coin store or they'll go online and they're like, why is that $200-300 over spot? And people try and explain to them, well, it's because it's very hard to get a coin now. So there's a huge difference, right, between the physical and the...
Yeah, there's only so much of it on... See, God only put so much of that on the earth.
That's right.
And he put it in the earth, it's hard to get to.
Yep.
And gold is kind of your store of wealth. And I kind of feel like silver is a little more of a currency because it's antimicrobial.
Yep.
And it's got a lot of use cases in electronic things, cell phones, computers. I mean, it's very, very useful. And I think it's going to go to about $1,000 an ounce one day. I know that's a crazy speculation.
Yeah, so I'm going to tell you right now, I completely agree with you. But let me ask you about that. You said it's more of a currency. Do you think there's enough silver to make a physical currency?
Well, I thought about that a little bit. And you could take it and smash it into like a thread.
Yeah, move this mic real quick. So
it would be, you could take a piece and smash it into a thread and make more of it.
Yeah.
Or you could back your currency with it and have a fiat type currency that's backed.
You could back it, but that's totally different.
See, a lot of people don't understand that a gold standard is only like 40%, 40 to 60% backed by gold. Yeah,
so right now the World Mining Council, I believe in about 2014, 2015, put out their numbers of how much physical silver they believed was their best estimate was on Earth. And at that point, they took the total human population and they divided that silver into it. And it came to about, if everybody held a physical silver coin on Earth, taking into all of the mining numbers, and these guys know better than anybody. They know how much those mines have produced over time, right? They came to about 1/10 of 1 ounce per person. All right, so let's just say you have your theory, because the Romans tried this too. They had a physical silver currency, but they had to start coin clipping because they actually physically ran out of silver because their expansion of the money supply was getting so big. So with that 1/10 of 1 ounce, do you think that would be enough, even if you smashed it down and made small little, I mean, I probably wouldn't even be able to see them, right?
Well,
I'd be afraid of sneezing around them.
Well, you could take that thread and put it in a bill.
There you go. Okay, a silver certificate. Many people don't know this actually. A silver certificate that sits inside of a $100 bill. If you see it, if you ever pulled one out, actually it has silver. So yeah, people didn't. Yeah, or I just made that up. Hey, figure it out. Put it in the comment section. Yeah, you ever pulled one of those things out?
Sure.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's got silver inside of it. So or I just made that up. Now it's on you to figure it out. I love it because people are like, I gotta comment now. So let's see if the ninja's right. Point being is that it's very hard to have a physical silver currency, and there's some people that just can't wrap their minds around that. You know, they want to say, now you could back it, but you could also back it with M&Ms. I heard that pretty famous quote once. You could just take M&Ms, and I'm sure there's a government dumb enough to do that. But the problem is, can you back it with M&Ms? Because you could probably just go get another bag of M&Ms, right? Just go down to the store.
Yeah, well, you've got to bring value to your currency.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're going to back it with something, you better have the control of whatever you're backing it with, right?
Sure.
You can't just go back it with a couple M&Ms because someone can just go to the store and go, cool, I got more M&Ms. If you're going to back it with silver, you need to, or anything, you have to have vaults holding a majority share in that to be able to back it, correct?
At this juncture, I think the next currency is going to be a digital currency.
Yes.
I mean, do you see us playing with paper very much longer?
I wish we were, but no. We are going to a digital currency so that they can do micro taxation on every transaction we have.
It'll be like an open air prison.
Yeah, literally, and that's what's scary.
It really sucks. Unless you're into crypto, of course.
But check this out. There's tons of solutions too, right? Because if you own the wealth, if you're a wealthy person because you saved money, you invested in physical gold and silver, you have crypto, things like that, this shouldn't be a scary event because you're good. You own your house, you own your car, you know, you lived meek, you lived like very few people do today, so you could be wealthy tomorrow, right? So this shouldn't scare people, but you should know that it's coming and use that knowledge as motivation to do something about it, right?
You know, that's the biggest takeaway I've learned from all this, from being in it for, you know, learning about it for 6 or 7 years and really starting to get into it these last couple of years, is the people that are whistling by the graveyard. Yeah. Inflation's over, it's at 20%. Oh, yeah. I mean, we're there. We're there. Hyperinflation's right around the corner, and people are just oh yeah, it's going up, everything's expensive. Do nothing. They do nothing. And
But yet Ninja Nation keeps getting richer.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we sit there every morning and we're like, oh, yep, that's worth more. Yep, this is worth more. And we're getting richer. So that's what's exciting.
$100 barrel of oil is going to be a deal in the future.
Oh, yes.
That is going to be a deal. In the Thunderdome, oil's expensive.
Yeah.
Gold and silver, we're going to look back at $25 silver, and it's going to be, we're just going to be laughing about it. It's gonna, why didn't I buy more?
Yep.
It's going to be like that.
Now, what's exciting is, let's say this video ages completely perfect, right? And in the future, there's going to be some smackdowns. I can see oil going down to 80 or 70 in the near term, actually, because of news events changing. But then the long-term trend is massively upside for oil, gold, silver, things like that. But what's exciting is then you're going to take that. Anyone that thinks I'm never going to sell my gold and silver, you're nuts. Because you remember, these are cycles. There's always a top and a bottom, and they keep going with the devaluation of currency. So on the long-term chart, it looks amazing, just like real estate. But inside that chart, there were times where people lost their homes. And you don't even see that on the chart anymore because of the destruction of the currency. And what we need to do is then we take that and we start buying real estate. And that's going to be exciting for us.
I'm so excited about real estate. I can't see my face.
Well, now I can't see because I'm blinded. Thank you. You know, with that being said, I think
you've been working out.
Don't you even go there.
You have.
No, I haven't. No, I've not. I'm actually gaining weight, but I'm good at that.
Yes, muscles. Muscles.
Seriously,
heavy.
We're gonna turn a gold video into my being fat.
Okay.
I'm just. All right, guys. That being said, thanks, Chris.
Later.
The Economic Ninja is out.